Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you all are fit and fine. Students, in the previous class I explained you about forms of organizational communication. I have explained the first form of organizational communication. Today I am going to explain you the second form of organizational communication, which is informal communication. So let us start now. Students, as you know that there are two types of organizational communication: formal communication and informal communication. Okay, as I told you, formal communication is what? Formal communications are the communications which refers to official communication, okay, at the official place between persons, okay, which is, and they discuss what? Official matters. Okay, so official conversation is known as, or the official way of communication, or the official communication at the official place is known as formal communication. Now coming to the informal communication, read the explanation. It's very easy. Communication that takes place without following the formal lines of communication is said to be informal communication. Okay, so informal communication, as the name suggests, students, informal communication is the communication between different members of the organization, okay, who are not officially attached to each other. Okay, they are not officially attached to each other. There is no official communication. They do not discuss regarding the official matters. Okay, and there is an what? Without following the formal lines means they do not follow any formal rules and regulation. Without following the formal lines, okay, they communicate with each other. Okay, so here we are talking about the informal communication of the organization. As you know that in organization there are different employees who work. Okay, so whatever the communication which is done among or between them, that communication is known as informal communication, and that communication is not related to any formal matter. Okay, it is informal in nature. Okay, for example, yes, see the next line, you will understand it. There is no fixed direction or path for the flow of information. As I told you, in formal communication there is, like, they have to follow a fixed path, like chain, okay, from upper to like information will flow from lower to middle level, and then from middle level to upper level. Now there is a proper chain of information, flow of information. Okay, the information flows in a proper chain, in a sequence. But in informal communication there is no fixed path, there is no chain of communication. There is free flow of information. Free flow of information, students, free flow means anybody can communicate to anyone, okay, at any time. Okay, it is based on informal relations and arises out of personal and social needs of the employees. So informal communications are what? Whenever in an organization different employees work, okay, so they interact with each other, they form a common bond, like good relations with their colleagues, good relation with their co-partners. Okay, so they socially interact with each other. Okay, they like friendly talks. Okay, they generally talk in non-official matters. Okay, so these all things comes under the informal communication. Okay, so there is no particular chain of communication. Okay, the anybody can communicate to anyone, and informal communication are based on informal relation means social and friendly relation which is there between the members of the organization, like between the employees, whatever the informal communication informal relations are there. So whatever the discussions, whatever the communication which is done between different members of the organization who are not officially attached, okay, they are either friends, or they are either colleagues, or they are either co-partners. Okay, so communication among those is known as informal communication. Okay, now students, characteristics, features. I told you about the meaning of formal communication and meaning of informal communication. Now I will explain you about the characteristics, features related to formal communication as well as informal communication. Okay, so let us first study about the characteristics, features of formal communication. Students, as formal communication says that, what is formal communication? Formal communication refers to official communication, okay, at official place between the person who are officially related to each other. Okay, for example, when middle level manager communicate to the upper level or the top level manager. So they communicate, they do the communication in official place, and they do the communication related to official matters. So that communication is known as formal communication. So let us understand the characteristics, features of it. Students, the first feature of formal communication is it is goal oriented. Students, as I told you, formal communication, in formal communication only work related things are discussed, no other things are discussed. Okay, so that is why formal communication focuses on achievement of organizational goals. Okay, they focus on achievement of organizational goal. That is why it is said that it is goal oriented, because in formal communication no other discussions are there, no friendly relations, no social interactions are there. They just focus on their work and they discuss about the official matters of the organization. Okay, so that is why they are focused, and their focus is on achieving the organizational goal. Okay, now the next characteristics of formal communication is it is systematic. Students, as I told you, in formal communication, okay, in formal communication the information flows in a proper chain, in a proper sequence. Okay, so in formal communication it is very, like, formal communication is very systematic. Why it is very systematic? Because in formal communication the information are generally transmitted, or the flow of information is through proper chain, is through proper sequence from one person to the other. So that is why everything is carried out in a systematic way. Now the next is source of information. Source of information means from what source they are getting the information. Now under formal communication it is very easy to fix the responsibility, as there is proof of information communicated. Students, source of information, source of information is means what? In generally in formal communication, already the authority means the power, and the responsibility is given to the employees, and these are fixed. Authority and responsibilities are fixed. Okay, so in this way whatever the informations they want, okay, so they can contact the employees who are responsible for that thing. So in this way they will get the exact source of information. For example, the sales department has the responsibility to carry out the sales activity. So whatever the matters of sales related, if the manager wants to know anything about the sales, okay, so they will contact whom? They will directly contact to the sales department. They will talk to sales manager. So in this way they know whom they should talk, from where they will get the information, because here the authority and responsibilities are clearly mentioned. Okay, now the next is impersonal. Impersonal means under formal communication, okay, information is passed from one person to other person in impersonal way. Impersonal matters स्टूडेंट्स, इम्पर्सनल मैटर क्या होता है? जो कि पर्सनल नहीं है. ओके, दैट इज़ नॉट इनफॉर्मल इन नेचर. Impersonal means which is related only to the official matters. Okay, no personal matters, it is impersonal in nature. So all the information which are official in nature or the official matters are discussed in the formal communication. Okay, now the next characteristics of formal communication is delay in information. This is very easy, students. Why there is delay in information? Because the information has to follow a particular chain. It goes from one person to other person, then from the next person, and then to the another person. So the information flows from one person to another person in a proper chain. So it takes time to reach at the upper level, or it takes time to reach at the reach it takes time to reach to the managers. Okay, so there is delay in information because a scalar chain, because all the informations are passed through proper chain, and when the information is passed through proper chain there is delay in information. Okay, so that is what delay in information means. Okay, now delay in information, okay, this is only one time. Okay, this will not come. Now moving to the next, which is informal communication. Now students, we have understood the characteristics, features of formal communication. Okay, it's very easy. Formal communication are related to the formal matters, official matters. Okay, Informal communication are related to personal matters, okay, informal matters, there is social interaction among the people, okay. So these kind of matters are related to the informal group. Now let us study the characteristics features of informal communication. So the first feature of informal communication is it focus on psychological satisfaction. Psychological means your mental satisfaction, students. We are talking about the mental satisfaction when we talk about informal organization. As I told you, communication, informal communication is the communication between different members of the organization, okay, who are not officially attached to each other, like the friends, colleagues. They are like, they can be anyone, okay. Anyone can become your friends in the organization. There's no formal relations, okay. There is informal relations, okay. Informal relation is there. And for example, students, in organization generally the employees are there, okay. So employees do the work. So by doing the repetitive work, they get bored, okay. And they need somebody to talk with, they need somebody to interact with. So that is why they form social groups, that is why they form friends, that is why they form colleagues, that is why they form co-partner. So employees or the organization needs a social group, okay. Formal group should be there where all the official matters are discussed, but there should be an informal group as well, okay, which brings a satisfaction, mental satisfaction to the employees, okay. They feel happy, they are very friendly, they are like, and they are very happy to do the work together, they share their things, okay. So in this way it will bring a sense of psychological satisfaction in them, okay. How? Through informal communication, employees can develop friendly relationship and get social satisfaction, okay. Friendly relationship with the members who are working in the organization. The next feature is fast communication is there. Fast information flows because there is no chain, okay. There is no chain because these are the informal groups, okay. Like colleagues, they work in, like, they live in group, okay. So they can communicate to anybody at any time. So there is fast communication, okay. Information flows very fast. Now the next is spreading rumors, okay. Students, rumors, which is not actually, rumors are generally like gossips, okay. Spreading rumors. So generally in informal communication or in the informal groups, there is the chance of spreading of rumors or gossips, okay. Sometimes in the informal communication, okay, there is spreading of rumors, because spreading of rumors is possible because they generally interact with each other at any time regarding any informal matter. So there can be the chance of spreading of rumors. Now the next is informal communication, they get distorted means, students, in the formal communication we have studied that the work goes on very systematic because it has to go in proper sequence, in proper chain. But here distortion is there because there is no systematic work, okay. Because there is no channel of work, there is no chain. They can communicate to anybody, they can work with anybody, they can share things with anyone in the organization. So there is no proper chain of communication. In this way, what happens, if there is no systematic way of doing the work, or if there is no systematic way of communicating to the other person, then generally there is distortion, okay. Generally there is distortion in the organization. It means the unsystematic work or the unsystematic flow of information. Now the other characteristics feature is leakage of confidential. Now leakage of confidential information, okay. Leakage of confidential information. Now students, leakage of confidential information, this information will not come this side, this is information, okay. Leakage of confidential information. Now how there is leakage of confidential information, students? The confidential information may get leaked under informal communication. Why? Because here there are informal groups, the social and friendly groups are created, okay. So any confidential matters can be easily leaked. One person can easily communicate to the other person and can share things. There is no fixed responsibilities given, there is no fixed authority is there, so anybody can communicate to anyone, right? So that is why there is the chance of leakage of confidential information in the informal communication case. Okay, so students, here we have finished the characteristics features of formal as well as informal communication. So this is the end of this chapter. Thank you.